Deer went hunting. Accidentally, he came to a pretty woman. She was completely dressed in deerskin. Straight away, he wanted to court her when he saw the woman. She motioned to him to approach. "Well, I will have you for my sweetheart," Deer said to her. "And yourself do so," she said to him. Then he went to her. He was just going to touch her. To his surprise, she gave a cry of a deer, suddenly jumped and ran off, looking backwards. Then he saw her to be a deer. Then Deer was ashamed at being deceived from the desire to make love. Then he went back because he was ashamed. Sometime afterward, Deer became like a deer. In the middle of the camp circle, Deer was chased like a deer. Like a deer, he cried. Like a deer, he leaped. Like a deer, he fled on the open prairie. All pursued him. When they caught him, his eyes looked different. Deer had his mouth open. All held him. At last, he ceased being a deer. For this he is named Deer. Her otherworldly beauty has been known to entice many a man, a passion to dance and a powerful curiosity, a benign spirit or a dangerous entity. Of the many legends and myths of the Native American tribes, the Deer Woman is one of the most mysterious. The Deer Woman, or sometimes known as the Deer Lady, is a spirit that takes various forms in Native American mythology. She is also known as a figure that is primarily associated with fertility and love. She is also known to lure promiscuous men to their deaths. Her stories are found in many tribes and peoples across the country, told to children and young adults to instruct men to avoid, and to caution women against promiscuity. When she plays the villain, she has been known to lure men with great beauty and powerful magic. The victim of her spells and violence are usually unmarried men or unfaithful husbands, bringing them in closer with the promise of sexual conquest, only to be trampled under cloven feet or drained of their life essence, similar to that of a succubus. Such tales tell that if a mortal were to have sexual intercourse with such an otherworldly being, that no human mate could ever satisfy them again, causing them to be alone and leaving them to a loveless and painful existence. There are many who believe the Deer Woman is not a villain, but rather a gangway for the true conflict of traditional values versus the sexism and misogyny that came from colonization. That, in fact, the Deer Woman are not malicious, but are highly cultured and revered beings. By punishing sexual behaviors that are caused by colonial patriarchy, the Deer Women are rebuilding the way of the mothers and grandmothers, the sacred way of the woman that was the norm of tribal gynocracy prior to colonization. Other stories and traditions describe the sighting of the Deer Woman to be a sign of personal transformation or warning. In most cases, her presence is seen as a bad omen, as the Deer Women have extreme curiosity of human culture and society. They love to dance and will join in Native American ceremonies, joining a communal dance unnoticed, and will often leave when the drum beats cease, or unless discovered for her true identity. In that case, it is said that the chanting and the burning of tobacco will repel her. It is also said that noticing her cloven feet will cause her to run away. It is my belief the Deer Woman can encompass all of these things. a vicious entity, or a champion of Native American culture, a being shrouded in mystery and deep-rooted in the legends of the original peoples of this country. For Grim Soul Taker, I am Chaos, and this has been a special edition of the Grim Report.